What up, everyone? It's Ryan Wilson. You gonna eat that crust podcast. Are you a fan of spine-chilling tales, creepy creatures, and all things horror? Listen to LK the Horror Nerd. He offers in-depth reviews of movies, books, and games, exclusive interviews, and chilling discussions. That's right, folks. Check out LK the Horror Nerd, another podcast on the You Run Podcast Network. Check it out, y'all.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the You Gonna Eat That Crust podcast, Stuffed Crust Edition. Proud members of the You Run Podcast Network, where you can find our show and everyone else's show at yourunpodcast.com. So make sure and check out all those shows, give them a follow, give them a listen. I am your host, Greg Hoey, and with me tonight, co-host of Pizza Bones, Mr. Nate Harvey. Nate, how are you doing?
I'm doing well. I wish it was a little warmer out. It's pretty cold these days.
Very
we're
cool.
Getting it.
Yes. Also with me, making his podcast debut, the bass player, the singer of Follically Challenged, an old wisecrack as himself, Mr. Jason Hunt. Jay, how you doing?
No, it's like too much of a tremendous introduction for me to even respond to that. But thank you for having me. I am grateful to be here, and I can talk about music and stuff with you.
That warms my heart because Ryan is the king of the intros, and I am just a peasant. And my intros are trash compared to Ryan's intro.
I think it was fantastic.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd say that was on par with Orion.
It was fantastic.
Yeah.
I was like following that, and that was difficult.
All right. Well, we're not here to talk about Ryan tonight because Ryan and Seamus cannot make it. Tonight, we are here to talk about the first albums that we ever purchased musically, or music albums that we ever purchased. And then we are going to recommend 3 albums that we absolutely just love. So I am going to start this off, get this show going. The first album that I purchased, yes, I am very embarrassed to say this, 1986, New Kids on the Block, boy band, hanging tough. I once had Joey McIntyre written on pen on my wall with a heart sign because I loved Joey McIntyre for some reason. I was probably, I was like 7 years old at the time, so that's okay.
All right.
That's fantastic. We're
That's
all
fair.
proud of you.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, proud is the word I'd use, but I'm happy for you.
And, I mean, does it hold up today? No, it does not. It couldn't hold anything up.
When was the last time you listened to it, though?
Fuck, man. It's been a long time. I think the last time I listened to it was Weird Al Yankovic's White Stuff instead of Right Stuff.
What's in the middle? The white stuff.
Not sexual at all. Anyway, yeah, New Kids on the Block was my first album. I had 3 sisters growing up. That's my excuse. Nothing wrong with liking a boy band, but, I'd go in another direction. Maybe a One Direction,
No.
Oh.
Just kidding. I wouldn't go there either.
No. Well, you can't anymore, so there's
Ooh, that's
that.
true. I'm more of a Harry Styles kind of guy.
Stylish.
Harry Styles. All right. So, my first album, wasn't so spectacular. Jay, what was your first album?
So, my first CDs I bought on my own were Use Your Illusion 1 and 2 by Guns N' Roses.
Sick.
Released in September 17, 1991, which is the day before my birthday.
Oh,
nice.
And,
happy birthday.
Nice. Yeah.
Oh, thank you. But it's totally not September. but I
that's
appreciate it.
true. Yeah.
Yeah, and so I also, in tandem, bought another Bad Creation, ABC, in case y'all,
BBD, the
that
East Coast family, never
Coolin'
skipped
at
a
the
beat.
Playground, released February 11th, 1991. And I'm not quite sure how to even try to justify that purchase. I was trying to fit in middle school. I was like a nerd in middle school. People didn't like me. I figured if maybe if I get another Bad Creation CD, people think I'm cool, and that goes to show my emotional maturity at that time.
Maybe if I learn my ABCs, another Bad Creation, people will like me.
People think I'm cool because they listen to ABC. That's weird.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, I'm so cool. I'm so uncool. I've never even heard of them.
Ooh, at the playground. You never heard that song?
No, I don't think so.
Oh man. Do you know who Belle Biv DeVoe is?
Nope.
You don't know who Belle Biv DeVoe is? Poison. Poison.
Oh my god!
Poison.
Seriously?
Oh, like the bump up and down, bump and down. Woo!
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
I know.
You got
I know
this.
that.
So Michael Bevins, I think it's Michael Bevins, is the one who produced that. I'm pretty sure. He also produced Boys to Men. So this dude was like kind of the Puff Daddy of artists that did not touch people. That I know.
Oh my god!
I don't think he did.
I think we should wait until later in the podcast for that. But okay. All right, we'll go with it. We're gonna roll with it.
Oh man, break out the KY. Let's go. And so, do those albums stand up for you today?
Another Bad Creation? No, negative. I would be annoyed. I would giggle for the first 30 seconds, maybe, of the album, and then at 45 seconds, I'd be like, okay, kind of embarrassed. I giggled, and then at 60 seconds, I'd be like, shut the fuck off. That's where I'm at.
That would be awesome if you put it on again and it was like an absolute fucking banger. Like, oh my god, dude, this ABC album is fucking. I'm really relating to these 12-year-olds rap lyrics right here.
Absolutely right. Dancing naked in my underwear with the video playing on TV. Absolutely.
At the playground.
Yes, at the playground.
What a name for an album. Use Your Illusion 1, Use Your Illusion 2. Fantastic albums.
They stand the test of time.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. Except I can't listen to Civil War ever again.
Really? What's so civil about that?
Oh, that was really well done. That was really well played, sir. Nice job. But it sucks. I can't hear it anymore.
Oh, really? I love Civil War
stuff. Obnoxious. I can't. Don't Cry. I can't listen to Don't Cry
what?
anymore. But that song used to make me cry. Used to make me cry. Now I can't listen to it anymore. I'd cry for different reasons now. I'd cry because it makes me fucking sad that I was so emotionally attached to that song. But I mean, Guns N' Roses.
Do you know who's guest vocaling on that song?
Who?
Bill Cosby.
Shannon Hoon is on that song.
Oh, really? Nice.
Well, Bill Cosby is also the guy in the background. I was like, I don't want to be here more than you or any of you, man. Right? He did that whole like thing, and
that was Bukowski?
No, it was fucking Bill Cosby, man.
Oh, that's Bill Cosby. I'm just so confused what's going on.
That's what I heard.
Took the red
That's
pill.
what I heard. That's what I heard.
Hey.
Right.
This jello, pudding.
He wasn't talking about pudding.
He took the ABC. Right? And he was. All right, I'm gonna stop trying to do horrible Bill Cosby impressions.
That was pretty good.
Pretty good.
Yes,
It made me feel drowsy and oddly horny.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Foo Fighters.
Right. That's pretty. That is solid. That is good.
Does anybody feel looking up?
All right, the rest of the show we're just gonna do impressions now. Nate, what was your first album that you bought?
Well, back to Bill Cosby. Next week I'm going up to Shelburne Falls, which Bill Cosby has a house up there. It's just fun fact.
How do you know that? Have you been to his house up there?
Weird story. I was at a bar drinking, and then all of a sudden,
This is all the pieces are falling into place right now as you described this.
Yeah. Anyways,
I was drinking. Yep. All right.
Back to the topic here. All right. First album, 1994, no doubt, Tragic Kingdom.
No doubt.
No doubt. My grandma bought it for me, and she before we got to the register, she's like, "Now, are you getting this because you really like them, or is it just for the girl on the cover?" You know what? It might have been both.
Are you gonna jerk off to this fucking album cover or what?
Right? I don't know. But anyways, that was how that went down. No, I still love that album today. Obviously, as a drummer, Adrian Young was a huge influence. I named my son Adrian. He always wore plaid pants and just looked really cool. And
I thought he wore like diapers in his underwear and shit.
Oh yeah, he would play in his underwear and all that. So between him and Travis Barker, I just assumed that drummers were supposed to be naked all the time. So
just wearing socks.
So that's what I did. Yeah,
and
you guys
waffle shoes. Mm-hmm. Nike waffle shoes. Remember those?
No.
Really? I remember drummers. I remember Jesse Lorien was always wearing the waffle shoes. And a lot of drummers I knew wore the Nike waffle shoes. They were like running shoes that weighed as much as waffles. They were very light.
Jesse Lorien.
Yeah. Hey, Jesse Lorien, say hi to Jesse Lorien because Jesse Lorien listens to the podcast. What's up, Jesse?
Nice. Does he actually listen to this podcast? Sweet.
He does.
That's awesome. Yeah. Jesse Lorien, man. I love that dude.
Yeah. We made a lot of great music with Jesse as well, too.
Yeah. He's great.
Yeah. Some a little Slow Bill reunion right here on the audio waves. Slow Bill is great, man.
I remember talking to Nate actually about Slow Bill. Like, hey, would you want to be Slow Bill's drummer? He's like,
You guys were great, man. I always enjoyed your songs. I was like, dude, is this a cover? Did you guys write this? And you're like, no, we wrote this. I used to ask you that all the time because a lot of your songs were very
popular. It sounds exactly like this song. Good. Yeah. We had all but maybe 500 followers. It was fantastic. It was crazy. I mean, it was out of control, out of hand.
You guys sold out Slim's Tex-Mex,
dude. One time, yep, we did. Yep, one time.
And Slow Bill was like our sister band. Like we played many shows with the Wisecrackers and Slow Bill. It was very good times. And if I haven't mentioned, Nate and Jay, we've all played in a band together, the Wisecrackers.
The good old days.
Hundreds of shows together, man. Like hundreds of killer shows. We had some fucking pretty banging shows, dude, I gotta say.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I loved all the shows where I was able to control the lights on his kit.
Yes.
That was great, man. You sent me that app. I'm like, right on. Okay, cool.
Red, yellow, green.
Right. I love it. That's great. Yeah.
You didn't even need a bass. You were just a fucking singer, just fucking killing it.
I was just singing. Yeah. That's,
singer and a light guy.
I don't know about killing it. Well, it depends on your definition of killing.
You're killing it.
Thank
you,
you, brother.
Way better stage presence than I do. You mix it up with the crowd, dude. You're in there fucking doing your thing in the crowd. Like, it's very impressive.
Dude, you know what? Thank you so much. I appreciate that. But it's all about having fun. And I always question, like, did I have too much fun? So that other people were like,
no.
You know what I mean? Like, sometimes.
You crush it. You crush it because I said it. And when I say it, that's the final word. You crush it.
Yep.
Well, you got to run the show. You run the show, bro. So
I am the host. No. All right. So those were the first albums that we had bought, but we also have something very special for you. I don't know if it's super special, but we are going to recommend 3 albums that we think you must listen to.
You must.
And we're going to go back and forth with this. And if one of you guys want to start first with your first album that you recommend, be my guest.
Well,
calling out Nate, go.
All right. Then I will go with 2000 AFI's The Art of Drowning.
Hell yeah.
It's just a great punk rock album. A lot of gang vocals. I always loved Davey Havok's voice. It's very distinct. My first tattoo was an AFI tattoo.
Nice.
Yeah. The only thing I will say I dislike about the album, and pretty much all AFI albums, is the hi-hats are way too open. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. But I mean, it works for him. If I had to pick the least favorite track of that album, it would probably be the Despair Factor, even though it's got the Beetlejuice reference. My whole life is a dark room.
Is this the one with the Legion song?
Dark room. No, that's on Sing the Sorrow.
Okay.
Which again, like I still like how they transitioned to more of a poppy mainstream sound.
Old AFI is fucking awesome. Actually, they come
Exactly.
across my Spotify all the time, and I'm always rocking out to it. I love AFI.
Yeah, I can go up to like December Underground, and then from there, kind of trails off a little bit. It gets a little too like industrial, like retro kind of vibey, and I don't know, not really my thing. You know what's funny is, so No Doubt was my first here, and AFI is my second here.
Oh.
They did a like a super band together called Dream Car.
Yeah, we were so excited for that,
and I hated it.
Yeah, it sucks.
I was so psyched. I'm like, man, musically, No Doubt with Davey on vocals, this is going to be amazing. And then it was just like, wah, wah.
Yeah, on paper, it sounded amazing.
Yeah.
And real quick, let me say that. So what I'm going to do is, with all our recommendations and all the listener recommendations, I'm going to put together a Spotify playlist. So I'm going to share it when we release the episode. So if any of these albums, catch your interest, you're going to be able to go to Spotify and you're going to listen to that playlist or something like that. I'll let you know when I drop it. But I'm going to put all these albums together, so it'll be like a giant playlist, and you can kind of pick and choose which albums you want to listen to, aka all of mine, of course.
I hope you got Ween on that list.
Yes. Yeah, Jay, watch out. Jay's a fucking Ween head, man. We'll come at you.
Yo.
Oh, man.
Yeah, Ween. Okay. Yeah. Sorry, Nate, but Ween. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, hey, the second playlist that Greg sent me was pretty good. I'll give him that.
Aha. How about God, Ween, Satan? How's that doing for you?
I don't know.
That's a little rough, man. I mean, if you're gonna say your introduction to Ween, that's a little rough. That's a little rough.
Yeah, a little bit.
So, short story of this: myself and Justin from Pop Culture Reflections and Nate did an episode on, was it 97 albums?
Something like that. Yeah.
And my album was Ween the Mollusk, and Nate fucking hated it. So we decided to do 1990, and I noticed that God, Ween, Satan was on there, and I literally just picked it just to fuck with Nate, because I was like, dude, if you didn't like the Mollusk, you're gonna fucking love God, Ween, Satan.
Oh my god.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. See what I go through?
Jay, what is your first album that you would recommend people to listen to?
First album I would recommend. Okay. Well, this is where it became complicated for me, because I venture around different genres. Like I like a lot of calming music these days because I'm an old man with a big gray beard. But I would say that if I were to recommend albums, when I was thinking about that earlier on, I was thinking The Downward Spiral by 9 Inch Nails, March 8th, 1994.
Nice.
It's been a while.
Really, it changed the direction of the way I thought about humanity. It really, truly made me think about the person, social psychology sort of way. It really was heavy, man. The Downward Spiral, a lot of the communication in there was about the realization of loss of control, right? Mr. Self-Destruct.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
March of the Pigs.
March of the Pigs. It's fucking chaotic, right? You know, I mean, that shit is like all weird sound. You know what I'm talking about, Nate? Like it's all it's like a weird sound. It's not. Did I nail it? Oh,
yeah.
Right.
Is Trent Reznor in the room right now?
I thought so.
I don't know, but I gotta say, man, that album did something to me. Like, and I always thought like they could never beat Pretty Hate Machine, but the Downward Spiral, that was a fantastic album. And I watched David Bowie sing Reptile when they did that tour.
Hell yeah,
and
dude,
that was fucking amazing. Like that was history to me watching that happen.
I'll second that and say I've said it multiple times on this podcast. Nine Inch Nails and Perfect Circle was the best concert I've ever been to. It was fucking
Oh, man.
amazing. It was so fucking fire. And this is when I thought Perfect Circle was Tool. Like, because the internet wasn't like popping up too much. I didn't know. I heard Judith
Right.
and I was like, fuck, man,
Yeah.
Tool's got a new album.
Yeah,
And then when
yeah,
my buddy
yeah.
was like, dude, we're going to see Nine Inch Nails. Guess who's opening for him? Maynard James Keenan's band, Perfect Circle. I was like, fucking what?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. But they were so
See
good.
them, they're going down on tour this summer, I believe, right? Nine Inch
Perfect
Nails?
Circle? Oh, Nine Inch
No,
Nails?
Nine Inch
I would
Nails.
love to. I think Nine Inch Nails is the shit. Trent Reznor is amazing.
Yeah, I thought I read that. I could be wrong.
Stuffed Crust Gentleman, I gotta tell you that my other album that I was talking about was Anima.
Ooh.
Tool. Anima is actually how they pronounce it. September 17th, which, by the way, September 17th, 1996, September 17th, 91 was when Use Your Illusions were released.
Oh, yeah.
So I thought that was kind of
A little callback.
A little
Yeah.
bit of a connection there. But Anima was a fantastic album, man. That really changed my view on the art of making music. Like it was a composition. Like their whole album was a composition, and
That's
I
their
really
best album.
Yeah,
I really
it's really good.
appreciated the fact that it was theatrical, auditory. You know what I mean? Like purely through sound, and I thought that was wonderful. It was a wonderful orchestration of beautiful sounds.
I
Yeah.
still remember buying that album with Jim Dozette and riding around in his Pontiac Sunfire or Pontiac something, and we just listened to that album and smoked weed, and it was fucking such an amazing album. I mean, obviously, people used to call me a Tool kid in high school. Like, yeah, you like Tool? I remember people said that to me, and they were like, hey, man, you going to the Tool concert? I was like, shut up and give me your ticket. You don't deserve to go to Tool.
Right, exactly.
Give me a ticket.
Like, yeah.
Give me your ticket. Oh, dude, that's a fantastic album. I love Tool and Undertow and Anima, Anemia, however you fucking pronounce it.
I heard him in an interview. I had to like Google it. I had to like look through several interviews to find out what the actual pronunciation was, and it was Anima was what they came up with. And I still screw it up because I was always like,
Onomatopoeia.
Anima, like, my
Yeah, I don't think
bowels
I've ever
release
said it right,
themselves
ever.
all at once, like Anima, right? But it's Anima, and I think that's pretty cool, man. It's
Very cool.
It made me look at the whole album different. What songs on an album popped out to you guys?
I mean, Stinkfist is amazing. Eulogy, 46 and a 2.
46 and 2, man.
Jimmy,
Yeah.
like it's all awesome. It's fucking top to bottom. It's fucking absolutely a banger. Like
It's
I said, I
pretty
think it's
artistic, right?
Yep.
I mean, this is the way it's done. Like every song, like the way it goes through, like progresses through the album is just wonderful. Like I really love
absolutely.
it.
Danny Carey, just a
Danny
beast.
Carey, one of the
Dude,
best.
he's ridiculous. I would love to hump his leg, honestly,
Yep.
because he's fucking great, dude. I love him.
Right.
I want to give him a big hug, but while humping his leg.
Yeah.
All right, that's a great pick.
Sorry about that. Did I say that out loud? I meant to.
No,
just-
What?
I
Are we
didn't hear
recording?
anything.
Oh,
No, I think your mic cut out.
So my first album is by a rapper named Prof, Prof, and I'm talking about October 16th, 2015. This is his first album. It's his third album, but it's his first album with the Rhyme Sayers label. Features guests as Tech Nine, Petey Pablo, and Waka Flocka Flame. I'm talking about Prof
Bless you.
Liability. Now, this album is fucking amazing. This dude is like the best at gang vocals. Like he is kind of a throwback to old school rap, but has like a new school flavor as well. He's not really a mumble rapper at all, but he's got
thank God.
some pretty strange stuff. His fucking bars are awesome. He's hilarious. And the dude has an amazing singing voice. Fucking Gasoline. The song is so fucking good. The whole album is fucking fire. There's like maybe one song that's like, all right. I want to say it's like 14 to 15 tracks. I love all of Prof stuff, but Prof Liability, man, this album is such a fucking banger. If you like hip hop, like I said, like he's got some tracks that sound like, there's a song called Stand Out. It's got like some Outcast flair to it. It just, It's so fucking good.
Mm.
He's funny. Like I said, his gang vocals are amazing. His choruses are fucking just like harmonic. He's just a good singer. I mean, as good as a rapper could be as a singer, you know, like I try to sing a little bit too sometimes, but you know, sometimes I'm in low places. Low places, you know. Nah, we'll edit that out. But
you nailed that, by the way.
You got it,
I don't know whether or not
it.
to be. I honestly, when we play that song, Greg, I don't know whether or not to be proud of you or disappointed in you because you nail it so well.
It's kind of fun, though, isn't it?
I'm more of a Chris Gaines kind of guy.
I know. See, Nate, you're finding the you got to find the fun in it, right?
Yeah, no. When I first started playing that song, I was like, man, why are we doing this? And dude, it's a fun song.
People do love it.
Fun
people love it
for other people, right?
Which has made me enjoy the song way more.
Where I'm like, I love doing this, and this is fun when I play the song.
It's a fun song for other people, but not us.
Except when other people are like jumping up and being like, "Oh!" That song does nothing for me existentially. Just saying.
Nate, why don't you go ahead and fire off your second recommend?
All right, you guys picked really good albums, and now I'm realizing I didn't really pick great albums.
Oh,
I just kind of picked things that were like out of the blue. Like, hey, I haven't heard this in a while. This was a great album.
That's fine. There's no rules to this game. It could be an album that you love. It could be, you know,
what do you got, Nate?
You want someone to hear.
Yeah. So, bro. Yeah, I'm not saying this is the best album ever, and definitely don't tell the high school me that I'm saying this. I went with Maroon 5 Songs About Jane, which, dude, that album is so good though. It just has great grooves through the whole thing. His vocals are so smooth. It's just like a really good feel good album in general.
Their band is really tight.
It's so good.
When I moved to California, I listened to pretty much Lizzo and Maroon 5 because that's all my housemate was listening to at the time. She was always listening to Lizzo, and you know what? I'm like, fuck, man, I really like Lizzo, and I really like Maroon 5 now, I guess. Yeah. Edit that.
Oh, yeah. But no, it's good. It's, Sunday Morning and Hard to Breathe, This Love, She Will Be Loved.
I like She Will Be Loved. That's a sweet song.
Yeah. No, it's just, it's good. I'm sorry.
No need to apologize.
Yeah. No.
You're good, dude.
It's good. I don't know who Jane is, but I got some good songs about her.
It's a song for her, yeah. Songs for Jane. Jane's long gone. They upgraded. Like, fuck Jane. We're dating supermodels now. I'm Adam Levine.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know about their newer stuff, but definitely that album was really good, and yeah, I would have never admitted that in high school.
Ooh, speaking of Dean Coral, the next episode of Pizza Bones, they do a cover of Sex and Candy, and I fucking think it's awesome.
Do they really?
Yeah, they do. I like it a lot, actually.
Nice.
Wow.
Check it out.
I can't believe I just said that out loud. I'll have to edit that out. Jay, what do you got next?
You know, what I think about the music that we connect with, it's interesting because like people will judge you based on the type of music you want to listen to.
100%.
Is this because I picked Maroon 5, Jay?
Yeah, I'm not trying to talk about you, Nate. We'll talk about you later because I have a lot to say about you. But right
once I log off.
No, seriously, you know, I think that we judge people. We judge people too soon. You know, we see, oh, you like this, so you must think this way.
Right.
You know,
right.
Oh, you're into that, so you must think this way. Or music affects you deeply. And I think that, you know, we always need to be open to different grooves and different vibrations and different energy.
I feel you.
Tonight I got home, I had a stressful day at work, right? And instead of putting calming music, I put on more aggressive music that my girlfriend feels comfortable in the existence of. Like, she feels comfortable, she's laughing. She feels present, you know what I mean? Like, and comfortable, and she can de-escalate in those environments. And so I appreciate music on a level where it affects people individually.
Yes. If it's good to your ears, then you can't deny it. Exactly.
What you hear, it affects you differently than it affects the masses, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Do you have an album that you would recommend to people?
Pink Floyd, Dark Side of the Moon, and then The Wall. If you're gonna like do self-reflection, those are the albums to go to.
Dude, you're preaching, man. I fucking love Pink Floyd.
They allow you the space to be able to like do that introspection that's difficult. To do that self-reflection that's difficult. And I really, really have appreciated those albums over the years to help me do that.
This amazing musicianship in those albums. The Wall, I think, might have been the first double album I've ever owned. It was absolutely amazing. I love all the tracks. It's like a fucking adventure or a movie, like just the way the tracks go from track to track. And obviously they have Pink Floyd, The Wall, the movie, and it goes along with it. Obviously you get two CDs to choose from with The Wall compared to Dark Side of the Moon, but I might take The Wall over Dark Side of the Moon, even though Dark Side of the Moon is like pretty banging all the way through as well.
Yeah.
I've only really listened to their hits. I should definitely do a deep dive.
Dude,
I think Jay just
so
inspired me to really take a dive into it. So
dude, they're Pink Floyd is so fucking good, man. They're such amazing musicians.
It helps you to get to places where it's difficult to get without that motivation. You know what I mean? Like, and I think that's.
I guess we'll find out.
Super important. Well, find out and tell me about it. I want to hear. I'm sorry to go into like therapist mode, like music therapy or whatever, but it's seriously for me. Those albums have given me this sort of better outlook on life.
I mean, music is good therapy in a way, and it alters our moods. Like sometimes if I'm sad or in a bad mood, sometimes I listen to sad music and it kind of brings me back like up, or like sometimes, like you said, sometimes I listen to like heavier music. Sometimes I'm listening to like spacey jams like Pink Floyd or like some psychedelic rock like Ween. It just it's great for the moods. It's fucking awesome. That's why music is so fucking. It's the best. Music is literally the best.
Absolutely, yes. Therapy.
Yes, yeah. Okay, well, guess what? Where I'm going. Not a big country music fan. Okay. If you're in low places, I'm in high places. Okay? I'm talking about July 16th, 1996. This is Ween country album, 12 Golden Country Greats.
Of course.
It's fucking hilarious. We used to cover Piss Up a Rope. Dre fucking hates it, and I love that he hates it. It fucking cracks me up. When we saw Ween at the show at Hampton Beach where you were at, Jay, I remember they played Piss Up a Rope, and the fucking crowd went nuts. And I recorded that, and I sent it to Dre. I was like, see? People like this shit, dude. This is good shit.
Right.
Nate, I'm telling you, man, you would like this. You would like this album. This is wild country, dude. It's insane. It's hilarious. Japanese Cowboy, Powder Blue, Piss Up a Rope.
It's one of my favorites.
Dude, yeah, like a brother on skates, a blizzard in Georgia, or a train running late. Ween is always hilarious. They're always diverse. They're one of the most diverse, talented bands
real,
ever.
Dude. They're
they are
uncomfortably real.
Yes. So this Sunday, myself, Ryan, and Seamus are recording a deep dive on Ween. So stay tuned.
Really?
For that. Yeah.
I would love to be there for that, sir. Oh my God.
That's going to be quite the episode. I'm excited for it.
Ryan is on par with like Jay and Sean Rooney are two of the biggest Ween fans I know, as well as Ryan and Steve Portree. Sure. Like, I remember Steve Portree made me this cassette tape, and he fucking doodled all over it, like Ween fucking pissed on it. And, like, it was beautiful. It was perfect. I remember, I think I heard, like, Mutilated Lips for the first, this was, like, my first song, and I was kind of like, what the fuck is this shit? I'm not a huge country fan, but, like, this album is hilarious. It's great. Scrape the mucus off my brain. Like,
oh my God. Absolutely.
It's great, dude. It's and they got a bunch of country greats to play on this album. So it's a fucking fire album.
But I got to tell you.
Yep.
The best fucking Ween song, Buckingham Green.
Fucking Mollusk, the one that Nate hated.
But I think I had that on my list of songs that I was okay with.
Okay, that's right. You're right. Yep. That song live with the drums live, dude. Like, oh my God, dude. Song. They are such a different band to see live compared to the studio. Even though around like White Pepper and Chocolate and Cheese, they started getting semi-normal. And we're at Nate, right?
Yeah.
What you got, Nate?
All right. So I'm gonna go with Incubus's little brother, Hoobastank.
Nice, dude. I almost sent you it.
Oh.
I was listening to Hoobastank the other night.
Oh, really?
The 20th anniversary, and they have a bunch of acoustic
Yeah,
songs.
it's so good, isn't it?
Dude, the Ready For You acoustic version is
Oh
fucking
my god,
fire, dude.
so good.
They're literally on the
Yes.
top of my like songs right now because I was rocking out to it last night,
Yeah.
dude. Stankubus,
kidding.
baby.
Yeah. Yeah, no, 2001, their self-titled album is just awesome. Kicks off with Crawling in the Dark.
Yep.
It's just high energy, just good old rock and roll. I mean, Running Away, Pieces, Ready For You.
Yep.
I mean, and then like you said, with the 20-year anniversary or whatever,
They got a bunch of
all those
acoustic versions.
tracks.
Yeah, dude, it's sick, dude.
Dude, unreal.
You turned me on to this album 100% because I was like, fuck
Yeah.
Hoobastank, man. These guys suck. And I was like, oh, man, this first album is a fucking banger, dude. I love it.
Yeah, it's so good.
That's a good call.
I saw Hoobastank, and they were fucking kick-ass. They were better than the band that followed them that they opened for.
Yeah. I believe
I can't remember which one it was.
Dude, they're really tight. Their musicianship is very tight, and that dude's voice.
Really good.
I mean,
Bush,
they
I
rip
think
off
it was.
Incubus completely, but I mean, that guy's voice is fucking incredible, man. He's got an incredible voice.
I actually I thought it was Incubus for a long time.
It's like Cool and Perfect Circle.
Yeah, exactly. Same thing. But yeah, no, I dig it. It's a fun album. I think everyone should check it out at some point in their life. But yeah, that those were mine. But I will say, so I have an honorable mention, which is even worse than my other picks. Dude, Creed popped on my Spotify today.
Oh shit. One.
I'm sorry.
They rip. Like
Jason even he's like, I'm out of here.
No, Jay, put it on. It's not what you think. It's not what you think. I'm not saying the higher
exactly
one.
what I think.
No,
That's
dude,
exactly what I think.
Put it on. I'll wait.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Put Scott Stapp on mute. But like, dude, that band, I only got 3 songs in, so it could have went downhill from there.
How hard is it to play a 4/4 with 4 chords, fan? It's not that hard, man. Seriously, come on.
That guitar player is really good.
Even Dre really drools over this guitar player. It's Mark Tremonte or whatever his name is.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, it pains me to say it, but like,
they are a very good band. Scott Stapp says so.
Yeah, 100%. That's why it's an honorable mention and not actually on the list. But I was surprised.
It's My Own Prison, right? That one?
No. I don't know. Hold on, let me pull up my.
That's their banger of an album.
I respect you huge, right? Like
what for saying that on a thing, saying it on a podcast.
As a musician, I respect you very highly. But if you endorse Creed any longer, I might not be able to say the same thing for you moving
When
forward.
you put it like that, it's Human Clay. Just hit Human Clay, and then listen to Are You Ready? It's the first song. It got me.
Oh my god!
I like My Own Prison. Then I was like,
Which
fuck
too.
these guys.
But yeah, no, that guitar player rips, man.
He does. Mark Tremonte,
He
or whatever
really
his
does.
name is. Yeah, he is very good.
Yeah.
Well, you're gonna get knowing the names of these people.
It's like the Deftones. If you could just turn the singer down, it'd be awesome.
Well, that dude has a solo career, and my friend Amy was obsessed with them and shit. She met him a bunch of times, and she fucking loved Mark Tremonte or whatever his fucking name is.
Yeah. The band I played in, Westland, the guitar player was obsessed with him. And I'd always make fun of him, like, dude, it's Creed. Shut up. What are you talking about?
Dre really likes him as well, too. Like, Dre was like fucking waxing poetic about him as well, too.
It's a secret shame, for sure.
But, Jay, can you right this ship and bring us back to normalcy with a better album than Creed?
Yeah, no. I just answered for you.
It would take me literally no effort to beat Creed in an album. I could find an album 30 years older than that and be okay to trump that. Like Creed sucks. Sorry. Creed sucks.
Put it on. Put it on.
They suck. I mean, all of their stuff is like, if I can take, GCD and spin it for hours, we have a good band.
It's in the chord of CRAP.
Oh, I see what you did there.
Listen, this is why we have 3 different opinions on the show. It's great.
Okay.
But when
All right.
have you listened to them last?
Creed?
Is the real question. Yeah.
Every time I listen to them, my heart hurt.
It was killing him. It was killing him.
I'm going to send you a Creed shirt.
It literally was like, I can't believe these assholes are rich, right?
Extra large.
And while I'm working hard, man, helping people, and I get nothing. You know, I'm living like the small life. I don't have a bathroom you can play baseball in. You know what I'm saying?
You're just not on the Creed level.
Recommend a better album than Creed.
A better album than Creed?
Go.
Jesus
Nope,
Christ.
taking too long.
Seriously? Oh my God. Carole
You're Googling
King.
it.
Any album by Carole King. Any
Okay.
album by Fleetwood Mac. Any
All right.
album by anyone without that name. Would be fantastic.
Speaking of Fleetwood Mac, my mother-in-law, her first album was Fleetwood Mac Tango.
Oh, nice.
It's good, man.
In the Night.
It's a good album.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
Yep.
Well, I'm coming back with my last recommend then. We were on the Creed train, crazy train, but now we're back on the Silver Sun Pickups train. This album was released April 14th, 2009, and is called Swoon. And this album is top 5 all time for me. I fucking love this album. It's slamming from top to bottom. If you like Tool, if you like the Pixies, if you like Smashing Pumpkins, they're like kind of rolled in there a little bit. They're definitely really emo. They're a very pulsating band. They build and build and build and explode all over your face. Ayo, pun intended. I was talking about Creed so much that just happened.
It builds you up. I get it.
So Danger Bird Records is their label, which they made themselves. Silver Sun Pickups is one of my fucking favorite bands. I've seen them like 4 or 5 times. They're absolutely amazing. This album, Swoon, is fucking stellar. It's so good. Take my word. Please listen to Swoon top to bottom.
I'm going to listen to it.
It's
I
so
appreciate
fucking,
your opinion.
it's so good, so good. The Royal We, Panic Switch was one of their singles. It's Nice to Know You Work Alone. That's the song I was trying to dig out my brain. And that song is absolutely a banger. I believe it's track 4. I love it. Substitute was another one of their singles. It's just so good. I think there's one song that's like, that's all right. But pretty much the whole album is fucking stellar. And even the song that's okay is still really good. So Silver Sun Pickup, Swoon. Like I said, all these recommendations I'm going to put on a mix. When we release this episode, I'm going to post that. And so you can go on Spotify and follow AfroPick420. It's got a picture of my dog, Gary, my deceased dog, Gary. R.I.P.
R.I.P.
He's got glasses on. He looks very cute. But if we don't have any other recommends, I'm going to move on to listener recommendations. I got a bunch.
Ooh, a bunch.
A bunch. All right, so we might as well start off with the boys in the podcast. Fatback Supreme, a.k.a. Ryan Wilson, the host of You Gonna Eat That Crust podcast, a proud member of YouRunPodcast.com, You Run Podcast Network. He's got Fugazi, 13 songs.
Right.
He's got Medeski, Martin, and Wood, Shackman.
Ooh.
And he's got Cage, Hell's Winter. And Cage is a rapper. And the first album that he bought was Alice in Chains' Dirt, which is a fucking awesome album. Yep, that's a great album.
Really? It's a great album. Yeah.
I think he's trying to be cool, though. He might be trying to be cool. I don't know if I believe him. Ride, you're lying.
Yeah. I think that's a great album. I don't believe that's his first album. Maybe.
Yeah, you're a
Really?
liar, Ryan.
At his age?
Next up, we got the Mustard Smuggler himself, a.k.a. Seamus Rogers. And the first album he bought was Nirvana Nevermind, Pearl Jam 10, Stone Temple Pilots Plush. Those are all really bangers. So Stone Temple Pilots Plush was one of my first albums that I bought when I was like a teenager, but I definitely wasn't my first album I bought because remember I bought the New Kids on the Block. Seamus's recommendations are Atmosphere, Lucy Ford, great album.
Yeah.
Modest Yahoo Light, which is fucking very awesome.
Ooh,
That's a very underrated album. I love that album.
That's a great album.
And then another banger of an album is Queens of the Stone Age Rated R. This album is fucking
all right.
Yeah.
phenomenal. It's fucking
Yeah.
I love that. Rated R is like my favorite Stones Queens album. I love it.
Right.
Okay.
Not bad, Seamus. Not bad.
Staying in the family. Brother Rogers. Sean Rogers himself, who was dancing his fucking ass off at our last show at Saddle Up Saloon. His first album was Third Base, the Cactus album. Third Base is the shit, dude. Was it MC Search or
Wait. Is that like the pop?
Pop goes the weasel.
Yeah.
Dude, Third Base is legit, dude. Those guys are awesome.
I've only heard Greg say that. That's it.
Sean's recommendations are De La Soul, 3 Feet High and Rising, Tribe Called Quest, Low End Theory, and the one that Nate should be familiar with is Deltron 3030, which is one of the hip hop albums, which is excellent album. Michelle, my girl, her first album was Thriller. Fucking pretty goddamn fantastic.
Yeah.
Recommended, Samian, You Are Freaking Me Out. Look at this, De La Soul, 3 Feet High and Rising, again.
Oh.
And then the one that Justin and I recommended to Nate, Radiohead, The Bends.
Yeah.
Now, those are all great albums. Radiohead, The Bends is fucking stellar. Stellar is my new fantastic. I gotta stop saying that. Okay, Dave B. Movies. His 3 are Prelude to Ecstasy, Last Dinner Party, supposed former infatuation junkie, Alanis Morissette.
Nice.
I didn't know that was an album, but it's Alanis Morissette. I love her.
Cool.
Jagged Little Pill is a great
Yep.
album.
Yeah.
And then finally, Chaos by Marilyn Manson.
Chaos.
Nice.
Yep. And the first album that he bought was Nirvana, In Utero, in the debut by Bjork. This is Dave B. Movies. He's a podcaster.
Dave B. Oh, he's a podcaster.
Dave B. is a podcaster.
Okay. What was his first album?
His first album was Nirvana, In Utero, and Bjork. And we do have some young podcasters out there, so they're gonna have, like, one of these dudes told me his response. I was like, God damn, dude, that's a pretty sick album. And let's get to it right now. This dude's first album that he bought was Odelay by Beck.
Oh, kind of like that guy.
Yep. So that's JD. No, yeah, totally, dude. That's his name on Instagram. Follow him there. American IV, which is I think it's Johnny Cash or American 4. American IV. Hey, I know math. I know letters and numbers. Dry by PJ Harvey, which PJ Harvey, pretty dope. I discovered that PJ Harvey with Justin.
Yeah.
Okay. So my homie Ian, who I met at the Grow store when I was working at Grow Generation where the pros go to grow. And his first album, this was close to what my first album was, and is MC Hammer. Please, Hammer, don't hurt him.
Oh, but he heard him. He heard him anyway, even though he asked him, please don't.
His recommends, Dr. Dre's The Chronic. Yes. Pearl Jam 10.
That's a good one. Yeah.
Yep. That's it for Ian. Okay. Moving on. The You Run Podcast Network leader himself, Scott, the Don, the G. He said Echo and the Bunnyman, the Grey album, was the first album that he ever bought, and he says, no, it does not hold up. His 3 albums that he recommends is Timberland, Shock Value, Example, The Evolution of Man, and Nirvana, From the Middle Banks of the Wishka.
Ooh.
The Mighty Banks.
Okay.
Yeah. That was one of my earlier CDs there. Great album.
Yeah, that's good. That's obscure enough to be like, yeah, no, it's good.
I had to pull these out of him. He's like, I don't know. Kate from Down Under. Oi! Ryan's not here. Ryan always says oi. So the first LP she bought was a compilation album called 1985 Comes Alive. She said she didn't actually buy it, but her dad bought it for her as a young child. The first CD she bought was Sgt. Pepper's.
Okay. I love that. That shit's awesome.
You're going to like this too, probably. The 3 albums that she recommends is Disintegration, The Cure, Uchtoon Baby, U2.
Ooh.
She said they're a divisive band, but this is a fucking stellar album.
Yes, sir.
And Welcome to Wherever You Are.
Okay, In Excess.
In Excess, yeah, man.
Yeah,
She's
so-
Australian.
so-
Of course.
So hey, yo, so that those are her albums?
Yes, sir.
Where's she from?
Australia.
Australia.
Yes.
Okay.
Kate's got great taste in music.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
I know she likes
that's
King
great
Gizzard and the
stuff.
Lizard
That's
Wizard
great.
as well, too. And those guys are
Great
fucking
stuff.
awesome.
Nice. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Dewey Pod Monster, another member of the You Run Podcast Network. This is Rap Nate's alley stuff.
He always has good input.
This is Crime Wave by the Confidants. Come On Over by the Scotch Bonnets. So it's a solid mellow ska band and just a great album. And Suffer by Bad Religion.
Oh, yeah. All right. Nice.
And he said, I can't really remember my first album. He said it was probably Nirvana or Pearl Jam. My cousin probably broke it and called me a pussy. Dewey Pod's into like the punk and stuff, and Dewey Pod's got great taste.
Yeah, he does.
And he's hilarious, and they do a fantastic podcast. And honestly, and then last but not least, we got my boy Matt, his first album, MC Hammer, Hammer Time. It's a lot of hammers around this bitch. Where are the nails?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, we have some 90s.
Stop. Hammer Time.
2001, Chronic, Dr. Dre is his.
Ooh.
And then Use Your Illusion, 1 and 2, Guns N' Roses.
Oh my God! Somebody's with me.
Wow.
Somebody's with me on the
Yeah.
Use Your Illusion, man.
Yeah.
That's fucking awesome.
And then he said Appetite for Destruction was incredible as well. Well, yeah, no shit.
Oh my God! Thank you so much.
You could be mine. I listened to that song, that single,
Right, yeah,
I went to
dude.
Florida like 50 times in a row. It was just insane. And the B-side was Civil War. What's up? Okay. So that was the show. That was our first albums that we ever bought. Our 3 recommends. Definitely check those out. Like I said, I'm going to put together a playlist and give you guys a spot to follow them on Spotify. Jay or Nate, do you guys have anything to plug before we wrap this up?
Well, there's no movies being filmed lately, so if anyone needs some work done, hit me up.
He'll build a bureau for you.
Yeah, there you go.
Jay, you got anything to plug?
To plug? Seriously? No, I mean follically challenged, obviously.
Yeah, hell yeah. Probably like your style, bro.
We're jamming out all over the place, you know, and doing our thing. And this podcast, right? You know, you eat that crust, you get to follow that shit. And I appreciate everybody like letting me be part of this tonight. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. And
Yeah, it's good talking to you, Jay. It's been a minute.
I'll come back on. It has been a minute, Nate. And I'd love to chat with you soon, man. It's awesome.
Hell yeah.
Thank you so much for having me here.
Yeah, we appreciate it, man. Thank you for coming on.
Yeah.
And you can find the show on Spotify, Apple Pod, YouTube, everything podcasts. You can find our social medias on Facebook, Instagram, Blue Sky. Like I said, we rep the You Run Podcast Network. You can find all our shows and everyone else's shows, whether it be Dewey Pod, You Run Podcast, Pop Culture Reflections, The Girl and the Gay, Reaction Shot Podcast, Mondo Social Club, Voices of the Mausoleum. There's so many great shows. There's like 15 to 20 shows now. I know I say that every time, but the network just keeps on growing. So go to the page, buy some merch, give the shows a listen, give them a follow. Like there's something for everyone. And we appreciate you guys. Thanks for listening. And remember, in Crust,
And
we trust.
Stuff,